So, Kevin, to kick this one to you, which team has more pressure to win this game, the Packers or the 49ers?
This is 100% on the Green Bay Packers. Narrative aside, a game aside, let's be frank. The Packers have had probably one of the best records in the last 2 to 3 seasons than any other team in the league, and at a consistent clip too. I mean, 13-3 or 13-4, whatever they were this year, and then 13-3 last year. Number one seed, number one seed. We all know that they can win in the regular season, but they've been choking in the postseason. I believe they've gone to 4 NFC championships in the last couple of years. I don't remember the actual statistic, but of course my brain's farting. It's just under midnight right here. But they've lost all of their NFC championship matchups since their Super Bowl berth, if I'm not mistaken. So every single time they have great seasons, every single time they get to a certain point, they completely collapse. They completely fall apart. Now, I know that last year was a little bit more on a coaching's decision between Matt LaFleur deciding to go for a field goal instead of a touchdown and all of these different things. But there is a big story behind this, and that is Aaron Rodgers' future in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers said that he'll play this year out at the beginning of the year when he decided to report to camp. And then he decided, he didn't decide. He ended up saying that this would be his last year in Green Bay. Why would Aaron Rodgers stay after getting bounced again, but in an even earlier round? There's so much pressure on Green Bay as an organization to win this game and get to the Super Bowl so that Aaron Rodgers can stay in Green Bay and potentially bring them back to another one. He's an MVP candidate yet again. Green Bay has the number one record in the league again. Green Bay is the number one seed in the NFC again. There is no reason why this Green Bay team cannot and should not get to a Super Bowl. Now, in regards to the game, I predict that Green Bay will win this game because of how much is riding, because of the consistency that the Green Bay Packers have provided throughout the entire season since that embarrassing loss in week one to the Saints. I think that Aaron Rodgers is just going to continue to do what they need to do. 49ers are traveling across pretty much across the entire world to come out to Green Bay, the tundra that is Lambeau. It is going to be 12 degrees, God willing, maybe a little bit colder depending on the wind chill, but we all know how playoff football goes in January in Green Bay. When it goes through Lambeau, it is going to be a complicated, difficult, and struggle of a game for anybody coming through. So I think the 49ers have a bit of an uphill battle. Jimmy Garoppolo has been battling that thumb injury. Jimmy Garoppolo now has been diagnosed with a shoulder injury as well on the injury report. We all know that Nick Bosa was in concussion protocol, but has been practicing limitedly through the week. So 49ers have a little bit of injury things to worry about on their side of the ball, but I would say I'm picking Green Bay, and I'm going to say Green Bay is probably going to win by a touchdown or so just because they're home, they got a lot to prove, and Aaron Rodgers is trying to carry this organization back to some Super Bowl performance dominance.
Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you on this one. As far as the team that's facing the most pressure this weekend, it has to be the Packers. And to me, it's not even close. I mean, just off of last year alone, I think Green Bay as an organization was so let down by the fact that they had an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl last year in front of the limited capacity as far as their fans goes in that matchup against the Buccaneers, and they fell short. And Aaron Rodgers did not have that good of a game against Tampa in that NFC Championship game. Now, granted, last year is in the past, and this year, once again, they find themselves in a very similar situation. They're the top seed of the NFC. If everything goes according to plan, the road to the Super Bowl in the NFC would go through Lambeau Field. And it really is just indicative of Aaron Rodgers and these Packers players being able to rise above the pressure that's on their backs, essentially just from the performance that they had last year, and being able to overcome that. And this is a very good test for them going up against the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers do not slouch on this team. This team was able to go on the road to Dallas last week in the NFC Wild Card. And in my opinion, they shocked the world. I think some people were always kind of the mindset that the Cowboys could choke that game away, and in that fashion, they did. I was in the mindset that the Cowboys were going to win that game, but to give the 49ers credit, they were able to go on the road, have a great performance, not only just offensively, but defensively as well, to contain one of the most high-powered offenses that contain the likes of Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb. that is going to be at the forefront once again in this matchup with the Packers going up against the 49ers. But to me, the element that's most at play here is the Packers and whether or not that they can rise above the pressure that's on their backs, and really coming off of that loss from the Buccaneers game last year in the NFC Championship game. Now, as far as the game is concerned, I'm favoring the Packers in this one. I think they will be able to overcome the pressure this week and advance to the NFC Championship game. I think Aaron Rodgers has that offense firing on all cylinders. Now, this is despite the fact that the 49ers do have a very good pass rush and they have a pretty stout defense. The defense has been playing very good the last month or so, and it will definitely test Aaron Rodgers and that Packers offense. I do like the fact that they are getting Randall Cobb back in the lineup this week. They activated him off of IR, so I think he'll definitely be able to provide a spark for Green Bay's offense. I just think that overall, Green Bay's in a really good position here. And you combine the fact that I think their offense is going to play well. I think their defense is going to be able to force Jimmy G into some misplaced throws. I think they're going to be able to force possibly 2 turnovers off of him. And I think it's going to be easy sledding for the Packers in that regard, going up against Jimmy G and that 49ers offense. Really, the main thing with the Packers defense is that they have to limit Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel has been playing lights out pretty much the entire season. He showed it once again in that Cowboys matchup, but I do think that the Packers are going to be able to slow him down significantly, and that's why I think that the Packers defense is going to have easy sledding against that 49ers offense. Now, as far as the score is concerned, I have the Packers winning this one by 10 points. I just like the fact that they're playing at home. This is where they play extremely well throughout most of the year, despite the NFC Championship game last year. That's a side note. But I think they just play lights out from beginning to end. I think they get up early, and then I think they pretty much force the 49ers into a pretty predictable look offensively, and I think that's where they'll be able to exploit that San Francisco offense to get some turnovers from them. So I've got them winning this game by 10 points. Like I said, as far as the score is concerned, I'm going to say they win this one by the score of 27-17. That's how I see this game playing out.